All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Pastor Druski. Today, in our family-friendly gaming channel, Finding Good Clean Fun, we might be pushing the limits a little bit. We've got a bit of a darker theme with a new game called Master of Peace. I have never played this. This will be my first time through. It's a blind playthrough. We're going to be experiencing this for the first time all together. But that said, this is meant to be a deck building roguelike. I don't know if we can call it an autobattler, but I sort of have already. But it's definitely going to be a game that is reminiscent of Slay the Spire, which is a all-time favorite for many. And so with that in mind, we're going to be approaching this. Now, I do want to mention that because this is a brand new game of a new reveal, something I've never experienced, we are going to probably have an intermittent time of taking a step back and reflecting, reviewing, and I would love your input on how you feel about it thus far. And so what we're going to do is say about every 30 minutes, I'll even set a timer, I'll just kind of give it a pause and we'll just say, okay, here's what our thoughts are so far, not a review, not a judgment of is the game good or not good or any of that. I just want to have observations and feelings, impressions of the game so far, what's working for you, what isn't working for you. We'll kind of just spell all that out in a minute or two, get back to the game, go forward some more, do it again every so often, and then by the end of the day, we should have a consolidated review of the game. So that's the thought. Now, it is a live stream, and that's why I do want to have everyone included in this. Might as well not just be me talking. And so for that, to that end, Omni, I see you over there on YouTube. Hello, good afternoon. Glad to have you. So we are multi-streaming today. And so that's the thinking. It's going to be a new experience for all of us. The game is live in early access for everyone. I did get this copy sent to me for free, though we are free to give it an honest review, whatever that looks like. So that's the thinking. All right. With that said, let's have at it. I'm going to start the clock. All right, so we're just going to start a save data. And remember, I've never played this. I have no idea what to expect. The party name, the Black Fog Expedition. No. What are we? The Druski herd. Mrs. Druski's here. She gives it an approval. Druski herd. Okay. All right. Shepherds have to have a herd, right? Flock! Oh, it should have been flock! Oh no! Too late.
Shroud of black fog.
Then we'd have a flock. But you're kind of a bunch of misfits, so we're whatever we can throw together, and that makes it a herd. Okay, we chase down the origins of the Black Fog at all costs. Now, this is going to be a deck builder, but with almost like chess pieces, right? And so you can already see that going on here. And the battles are going to be different from Slay the Spire, obviously. Like, we're going to have that. But I'm curious how we're going to have the old mixed with the new, right? All right, we chase down the origin at all costs. Tutorial battle, fight against the tutorial enemies. Once the battle starts, you will be given 4 action points. Afterwards, at the end of each round, you will gain 2 action points. Okay, so 4 to start, 2 to go after. Here's the points down here. You can deploy a mercenary by using 2. Deployment can be canceled by dragging them back to the hand. We've got one guy who wants us to put it here. And spacebar goes. They'll move forward, then attack. If the enemy's tile is empty, they will attack the flag. And I guess we're going for the flag. It's got 8 health. 3 damage. The attack set cannot be reduced below 1. Good to know. Okay, check. All right. We have 1 health, 2 speed. All right. Animations are very smooth. Pieces with higher speed act first in battle. So the speed right there, we have a 2, he has a 1, so we could hit him first. He has 3 health. I'm going to guess that eliminates him. All right. Got a new one. He is the same speed. If they have same speed, the turn order is determined randomly by rolling dice. And he beat us and actually took us out. We're dead. They moved, the defeated piece goes to defeated, so we've got a graveyard. There he is. Was he level 2? Is that what's the 2 dots? Might be. Brawler. Okay, so I can't deploy anything because it doesn't want me to. It's just gonna attack me. The flag durability does not recover after the battle. When the ally flag is destroyed, you lose. Oh. Oh, okay, so this is like our ongoing health, and we only have like 7 health to begin with. Okay. Alright, let's not just let me lose health here. At the end of the round, draw 1 piece from the reserves. This is the deck building part. So we just drew a Vanguard. It looks like a bit of higher health, slower speed. When deployed, gets a health and a speed for each enemy. Alright. We need to put an end to this, so let's put that there. He gets bonus speed. We'll roll the die. He goes first. We do. You get a new guy. Use 1 action point to move a mercenary deployed in the previous round to an adjacent tile. Okay, so 2 to deploy, 1 to move. I see that now. Wants me to move him down here. I can't go right next to him. Alright, just big health pool here. And a commander ability. During the standby phase of the battle, each commander's ability has its own usage limit and cooldown. Okay. The Sharp Dagger. Deals 2 damage to the target, ignores dodge, and obstacles cannot be targeted. Okay, well he's got 2 health, so that's smooth. We didn't want to reduce the flag to 0. Go for it. Okay, we achieved victory, but at what cost, chat? At what cost? Well, 6 health cost, I guess. We have a card event. Make a choice. You may obtain a reward depending on the path you choose to take. A battered crate lies before you. Unknown contents awaiting your discovery. Well, of course we must open it. Recover ally flag durability by 6. Perfect. Just hold supplies to aid in your journey. You gather them and press onward. So it told me ahead of time? Like that was the reward, was the recovery? Okay. Oh. Fog is being pushed back. Druski heard. Okay, I've got a barrel. It's a quiver. But you don't attack. Is there a range? How come this guy got to attack? Is it because I have to reach the red? Hello, Sapphire. If I place this here, we've actually got 2 damage now, which makes me a little happier. And he's slower, which I'm going to intentionally use. So we'll let the dancer here go faster, take out the barrel, then we get to move forward and attack and actually get to hit. Maybe afterwards I can do some swapping. Or actually we could just survive afterwards. So that might win that if I'm reading the room correctly here. Alright, so he did attack by moving forward. Whoa, whoa, what's with the archer? Whoa, timeout! Quiver didn't say anything about being a ballista. I just got everyone hit for 1 damage. Or, no, 2 damage. That was not part of the deal, barrel. I call enemy. No, I kind of just thought it was a barrel. You know, passive. I didn't read that, I guess. Barrels don't usually do much offensive moves. This game is all about subverting expectations, I see. But we might win if this guy moves forward and attacks. It might just be over. I don't know if we have to clear the field. So that would be interesting to find out. And what I might also do is just place this here to finish him off afterwards. Okay, yep, so we didn't lose anybody. Took damage, and I don't know if damage is permanent. Obtain. Select a mercenary to recruit. The Beast Tamer. Upon defeating an enemy piece, fully recover its lost health. Activates 2 times per battle. Hunting. But it's not just beasts. I mean, this is anybody, so we're hunting the most dangerous game. The Berserk, the Vanguard Knight. At the end of each round, take 1 damage and gain attack and speed. That sounds a lot of fun. If we can figure out a way to capitalize on either healing or more health, or like just the more damage you take, the more, like, that sounds fun. This guy was probably... Did I get both? No. This guy's probably more reliable, but I'm doing the more fun. Like, this just outright heals himself. Like, that's great. But we're doing the fun. Rattle of prophecy and rebirth, but do not underestimate the dragon cult's unity. Who's that? Alright, fortification, 2 health whenever an ally from your hand is deployed around this piece. Adjacent, basically. When deployed, reduces the attack of all enemies by 1 and gain damage equal to the amount reduced. Those are both amazing, and apparently there's no currency, so I can just get whatever. Now our brand new Vanguard Knight, we could utilize this to get health back. Right? Like, that could just be our thing. Plus, just having more health in the first place is going to let him do his thing. So I'm happy with that. Learn the trait. You will not regret it. Let's hope so. Alright. To the saloon! Oh, we're just going to get a random effect here? What? Alright. Who's our sacrificial lamb? The apprentice. Come here, apprentice! Why is he kind of positioned differently? Is it because these guys already have traits? No, they don't have rumors. That's a different slot. Empty rumor slot. Why are you different? Oh, oh, there was more. Oh, it's a carousel. Cool. Okay. What else do I got? I got a porter. 1 health, 1. Yeah, he's just fast. Lots and lots of root beer. Exactly. That, you know, makes one happy. I don't know. They're all doom and gloom here. No reason for it. So we got an apprentice. There's the blacksmith. And the porter. Now I feel like the apprentice is still our guy. You know, it's what you do with the apprentice. He'll learn some character here. Obtain rumor. Okay, we get a pick. All right. Let's go with speed. We just got somebody else who gets health. Let's go with speed. Nimble apprentice. Rumors started about him. I mean, I've not had this positive experience with rumors before, so I don't really know what to say. Usually it's enough. Gildar. Of course you would show up whenever I start sacrificing my villagers. Lackmine is very disappointed as well. We'll get to it, okay? We will sacrifice them. Clearly, the porter will stand his ground. Excellent choice. I thought so too. Alright, elite battle time. I see the road there. It was kind of subtle. I didn't see the road immediately. It was here. Like this, we're committed to this path now. We missed the shaman's hut. Story of my life. Okay. So the raider, he's... Yeah, we have to struggle against it. Resonance. Upon death, all pieces with this trait that are not yet deployed in this battle gain 1 health and 1 damage. How can we tell how many stuff he has yet to deploy? This guy's our nimble guy, so we could definitely have him go first and take on the raider. This guy's going to attack the bomb. Or is this the moment to get the blacksmith out, knowing that he will be faster? Now, we do have the resonance problem. All pieces of the trait that are not yet deployed in this battle game. Okay, the current ones will not increase. But however many he still has, I don't know how to tell. Okay. Easy peasy, but you don't know what we did. We used the turn order to our advantage. Okay, we can pick up a relic. Relics. I'm guessing these are up top here. I love relics. Slay the Spire relics. Favorite thing. Okay, so if the ally flag durability is 4 or lower, all your pieces gain an attack and a health. I don't want it to be lower. When any allied mercenary with attack of 2 or less attacks, they also attack another random enemy. Okay. Okay, and those relics over here. So they're just going to randomly hit other guys. That might be... It might backfire if there's any guy with thorns or some sort of way to counteract me, but... I mean, that's cool. Make a choice. Okay, there's a ritual going on. I would imagine most rituals are suspicious. If I were just walking through a path and I stumble on a ritual, I wouldn't say this is a normal one. I'd say this is probably a suspicious one, right? Like that's how I'd categorize it as far as impression. Does it actually go up to 11? Or would it be capped out because the max is 8? And I'm feeling like the max is 8. And because of that, I think we're going to do the inspect. And we could for science it, but it would basically waste it if we're correct. Oh, that was an elite battle we just did, by the way. That's why we got the relic. Flag durability. We need to know. We need to know. So I think normally we need to do the inspect, but for science, this is for you, chat. This is for you. We need to know if the number goes up to 11. Steady your thoughts, resisting the lure of suspicious right. Oh, okay. Yeah, it did not heal. As suspected. So we wasted that, but we learned something. We learned something. We are at a boss fight. Let's go through the boss, and then let's talk, like, observations of the game, impressions of the game. Got an achievement. Bosses have powerful traits and must be defeated to win the battle. The blue flames. Your lives shall feed my fire. Okay. So there's the boss. Here's a unit. We've got a toolbox. When hit, grants a strength and a health to the attacking piece. Get the fortification going. So this way we'll move forward. We'll get the plus strength, and you're going to get the plus health for each deployment because I've already got them out here. So we're just going to hold off. Oh, here, more stuff. 1 strength each time any other piece takes damage. Can I move you anywhere? No, it's only the 1 tile. So I can't go and hit him for 3. And selects it when attacking, attack the enemy on that tile, gains health. So if I place anything here, they're going to walk forward. He'll be in this tile and he'll attack it for 1, but also heal for 1. 2, but I'll have that. I might hit him with Sharp Dagger now, because we're going to go before him. I know we only get 2 uses, but let's go. This guy dies. That's unfortunate. He goes before me. Ah! And we're out of pieces. Never mind. That could have been that earlier. He does have more pieces. And this guy died! He killed himself, that's right! Oh no. He has 10 health now! Start the battle from the beginning. He has 10 health now. Because he heals from the... Yeah, he dealt 8 damage. There's nowhere to move. You can't move on to the red pieces. So you couldn't dodge those. And you're always moving forward. So backing up to the blue, I'm moving forward. And Stalwart, I can't move him at all. So I think we're dead. Okay, but that's a different positioning. On it right now anyway. This is fine. But I wanted that extra damage and health from him. So now we need to place our nimble guy here. We're going to take damage. He's going to heal. Can't move you. Yeah, you're stalwart. We could let the flag take 1 damage. It's also an option. Oh, that's right. You have abilities, so you get to do an extra damage. But I did move forward. I didn't expect that. I didn't think I would move forward. So let's just do it, because he's going to die anyway. We're going to lose the 6 damage. And he's at 8 health, so I think we might actually get it right now. Yeah, what was I thinking? He's at 8 health. Okay, we've achieved victory. 2 health on a flag. Achievements all around. Trait upgrade slab. Slab that upgrades the trait to its next level. So we can have higher level footwork, higher level berserk. Violence I haven't been using. Those are my only traits. So what would happen? The berserk, it's a risky play, it'd be, oh, it does tell me, it's 2 damage. Footwork gains damage and 2 speed for yourself and all ally pieces in hand. So it's the same for him, but then it gives it to everyone. That's amazing. Okay, but it's in hand, so it'd be like 1 or 2 guys. This gets 3 activations, but it's +2. Which makes it okay. Like, I'm very much okay with that. I think it's going to be the footwork. I like the party buff. Okay. Before we go into the next zone, let's talk. Let's talk, chat. So, my goal here, this being my first playthrough, it's a blind playthrough. I don't know what to expect. I want to be able to share impressions so far. Already, chat is responding. Thank you, Zerg. You haven't really been able to be here the whole time to watch the gameplay, but the sound design and visual design are very satisfying. I have to agree. It is, the animations are very smooth. The music is setting the tone quite nicely. It's making, if you just had the same pieces with a different art aesthetic, you would just say, well, it's a kid's game or whatever, right? Like you get the pieces. But now, like, it actually feels like I'm placing this piece of this tangible piece that matters. Like I'm placing it someplace on the field. It gives it more gravitas with the art and the sound. So I agree on that. I definitely agree on that. I also am agreeing on, as far as gameplay goes, my impressions, I really like how there always is something upgrading about my units. When I play Slay the Spire, one of my favorite things to do is go to the blacksmith or whatever and upgrade my cards. I like having my card get stronger, not just my character stats. I like to have my cards get stronger. And for this to have every unit not just feel like a card, but to feel like a unit that is getting stronger, getting some personality, I really like that. And I like how I'm kind of choosing, okay, you're going to get this and follow this theme, and I can build around this. Already the choices that we've made, even though this is still tutorial, I think, the choices that we've made so far already have we're trying to build up some sort of synergy around the high damage value of our berserker. Now we've got some move speed from this guy we just got. I'm loving the variety of ways you can upgrade your units, and leveraging that. So even though the gameplay might be mimicking that of Slay the Spire, the actual rewards are a lot more upfront. It's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm enjoying it. The Blazing Sands. Okay, already music design. Like, I feel like I'm in a desert. And it's interesting having a desert that's not feeling like the sun is beating down on it, right? Because that's the whole theme, is that the sun's not around or able to reach. So it's a dark desert. It's like any deck builder where if you have too many, then you're not necessarily going to get the ones you want. So we want to be careful there too. I think I'm going to not go for the extra battle. I'd rather increase the ones we have. We might even do a execute mercenary thing. I can get there from either pathway, so we have to decide do we want the shaman hut with a relic, and I think we want. I don't even know what that ability was. Fang necklace? Yeah. We got there. Okay. Hunting reward again. So it fully recovers his lost health. Activates 2 times per battle. Now we have to increase his health to make that worth it. Fortification, 2 health whenever an ally of your hand is deployed. I do like that ability. But let's try the hunting reward. I skipped it that other time. And if I sacrifice him, we might be able to get that onto our fortification guy and then fully heal the 11 health every time. Oh, that's worth it. 100% worth it. Yeah, so remove a mercenary from your party and acquire their... It's time to sacrifice, people! Wake up! Okay, remove a mercenary from your party and acquire their trait. This trait can be granted to another mercenary. If they already have a second trait, it'll be replaced. Alright. We're going to remove the Beast Tamer trait, and I want to put it on my porter. Because defeating an enemy piece fully recovers your lost health, and he's got a potentially up to 11 health healed, so... yeah. Executes! Alright, yep, we can do it! Here you go. Hunting reward. Learn the trait. Geared up. Grant rumors and traits and upgrades to 1 mercenary. Okay, so yeah, he's fully loaded up, isn't he? I can get 1 more star on him. I can upgrade 1 more stat. I have now understood the sharp arrowhead. I would change. This is early access. If the devs ever get a chance to hear this, I would change this to read until the enemy flag or boss takes damage. All ally pieces gains plus 1 damage and 1 health. Or 1 speed. Because look at my stuff. I have 1 speed and 1 damage right now. I was thinking it was before, as in like once I attack, in the action of attacking the boss or the flag, everyone just gets plus 1/1. And it would repeat that every time I make it take damage. But no, it's until it takes damage, we've got a bonus, which is it's not as great. But it does give us a nice open. I was just trying to figure it out. The Cowhide Arm Guard. Ally piece survives from a hit, grant damage action. So again, our 3 uses during the battle, but I could, you know, we've got a lot of guys, like our wall guy could get he's surviving hits. Like, we could definitely be using this. Each round restores 1 lost health to a random ally. Oh, deploy things around him. Does not consume action points when deployed. Oh! I can put 3 things down if we have them in our hand. And Stalwart, we already know that's amazing with the extra health. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like the Swift, though. I think that'll go quite well with Fortification. That's basically plus 2 health for him as well. Almost as good as the Stalwart, because it's 4 health, without getting the movement choice lost. And I get an extra unit out if we start with him. Boss time. Okay. We're getting him low health. Yeah, the Bright Fate thing, forgot that's... I'm hitting him first, so he's actually getting a ton of damage. Fortunate. Oh yeah, and he gets damage from that, the mark. I'm out of pieces. I can use this to kill that one off, and then we've got the dodge for this. But I've got 11 speed, so we just go first and kill him. Okay. Don't take this as the end! Let's talk. It's been another 30 minutes or so. I don't think I've got all that much new information aside from we just finished a new zone. The second chapter here. So we went to a desert, and it's a gloomy place because there's still no bright sunlight. But that said, I can click this. That said, we've been able to really utilize some of the combos that we were building in the first chapter. So I just had two of my heroes. I've got a guy with a high health pool. He gained the ability to heal to full, and that high health pool I'm leveraging to where I can just park that anywhere and just count on him to carry the day. I learned some other mechanics as well. We've learned how some of these relics, like this one here, the sharp arrowhead, probably should say until the enemy flag or the boss takes damage. We've learned a little detail there, but we did still gain initially that 1 damage and health, and speed, and we used it. And then the star of the show has been our guy that I just buffed here, the Berserker, which, as long as I can keep him healing, is just infinitely stacking damage, and we leverage that to really do a lot of work on the boss. All that to say, the specifics aside, the fact that I'm building up these combos is very satisfying. Now, I don't know about you, chat, if you guys have any other impressions or any other thoughts. Again, we're not able to really pass judgment or give a review one way or the other, but up to this point, my impression has been, yes, you've got familiar mechanics, but with some really satisfying tweaks and a very appealing art style. And I like the fact that you've got a bit of a tactical feel. Slay the Spire is much more hands-off, right? Like, I actually, even though it's a very small battlefield, each tile matters, and playing around those and the slight differences in the deployment is starting to really reveal itself as an actual tactical experience, despite it only involving 12 pieces or 12 tiles. So I've been enjoying that. We should be able to just finish them off now. It should just be good right now. Yeah. Link touch. At the end of each round, fully recover the lost health of one random ally piece. Activate. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, now I'm looking for things to click every time. I feel like this should be a moving bookshelf with a secret passage. I can put it on our nun, who with the slow speed, she's almost always going to be the one getting hit. So she's just going to slap whoever hits her. It's okay. I'm okay with this. Because she can have low damage and she'll be able to kill things off. Our goal now is going to be to give her more health. Okay. The nun just needs more health. Right? Because we figured out it's her health. So surviving a hit, counterattacked based off of its remaining health. So +4 health is awesome. You don't care about the minus attack. That's... I mean, we could give more health to our porter, but it's kind of redundant at this point. This makes sense. Boss battle. Orc boss. Do one. Oh wait, he's swift. He does not consume. Okay. You go here. You go here. Let's go. Oh, it did work. It did. We did hit him for 6. Oh my goodness. So many things happening. We got him. Okay, unthinkable. We have achieved victory. Okay, but yeah, all ally pieces. At the end of each round, 3 rounds. Incredible. Traits that some of my guys had, and then there's traits you can gain during the battle. Ember Chasm. We're in the volcano. This is where we're gonna maybe fight the last guy. No, the road keeps. I feel like this is last zone territory. It might be dragons that we're fighting now. Damage. That's getting serious. Oh, by the way, before we go into this zone, let's have that talk. It's been another half hour. Right? Okay. So we're just now entering the next chapter. I should have waited before I got into a battle. But we have now defeated 3 chapters. Just finished the last boss of the 3rd chapter. And I want to share my thoughts, and I want to know your thoughts, whether you're here in the audience or maybe you're watching this on YouTube later. Share your thoughts in the comments below. But so far, we just had our first, I would say, real challenge a couple of times in that zone. Now, I do think there's harder game modes. The first couple of, if you're used to deck building and or strategy, like this is going to be very simple to learn. And it took a few chapters before we started getting some challenge. And I think we hit a little bit of challenge recently. And that was a good thing. We still have managed to get through without taking any damage. But it was very close a few times. We had lost all of our units, like as the last guy standing type thing. So the challenge is getting there, and that's a good thing. We're also further developing our combos. We're able to gain more health and heal at the same time. We're using that health as a source of damage, whether it's the nun hitting back with whatever health they have left whenever they take damage. Like, there's a lot of things going on that are building a very satisfying combo, and I can't emphasize that enough. That's been like the main takeaway for me, was that the combos that you are building, you can then utilize effectively. Now, with the randomness, maybe you're going to get a run where you're looking for something specific to make a combo, because right now I don't know enough about the game to know what I'm looking for. I might, in the future, know a run that I want to have, and I might not get it. That might be a frustration. You do have a few rerolls. But overall, very satisfying combat, very satisfying tactical positioning. We had a couple of communication problems with the text implying one thing and me misreading it, but none of them were game-breaking, and it is early access. So far we have that. As you're seeing here, the enemies are getting stronger themselves, as well, not just the flag, but like this ability is going to hit 3 damage on, you know, a whole area. So the enemies are getting tougher. 9 health is a big deal. But you have to, because my guys are also getting out of hand. So, again, I'm enjoying that. You do have to remember it's a deck builder. I need to get rid of some of my less useful pieces in order to make sure I don't have a situation like right now, where I've got this blacksmith who is not useful to me, and I'm not getting to have my guys that I want to start with, like my knight. So, you still have to play like a deck builder. You still have to be smart like that on what to have in your hand and keep it efficient. But it doesn't feel like a deck builder because you're playing a tactical game, and I'm loving the mix-up here. Wait a minute. Pastor 1? These are pastors! Hold on! It's me. Yeah, that. Achievement, defeat 4 more enemies in a single round. I knew that would happen. We want to upgrade our relics. Get this as well. This should just be plus 2 health every time. 2 health to all 5 times? Seems okay. The gallows. Okay. Yep, we know what to do here. It's a newbie. Off you go. Execute. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm A-okay with it. Instats for you. should just be able to finish it off. That Berserk has carried us this whole game. Some of you doubted. Some of you doubted when I first clicked the Berserk. It has carried us this entire game. Okay, is this the final boss? We don't know. It's the Draken boss. Side. The other guy. But this guy should live because 11's still faster, so he'll then move forward and hit for 9. We're getting close. We're getting real close. Now I could actually move you into the danger zone, the damage zone, and he'll survive that. So we can get him this round. Yeah, should be good. The Thunder Dragon. Achieve victory. Was that the last? It was. All right. So sword, new commander abilities can be changed at the guild. Drag to target one enemy piece. Because remember we had that dagger, so we can get a different one. Drag to target one enemy piece, sets the target's speed to 0, grants speed to ally around the target. And new mercenary unlocked. So there's going to be a lot of metagame involved. New mercenary will appear starting in your next journey. Acceleration. While on the battlefield, gain strength and speed equal to half their current speed. So right now it'd be 1, but if you can buff the speed, you're buffing the strength. Okay. Build additional facilities on this tile at the garrison. Tell me more. What is the garrison going to be about? Now this is great. We need before we find out about the garrison, we need to talk. We need to talk. We're a little early on the timer. That's okay. All right. So we just finished our very first run and it was a success. Now, it started out as a tutorial. It's possible that the base game is meant to be more difficult. We did manage to get through the whole thing without losing any health and succeed. There also is possibly more like higher difficulty levels as well. We're about to find that out. But I just want to comment on what we just played, because what we just played was very satisfying. Each zone felt a little short, maybe 1 or 2 more battles per zone to kind of make it feel like you're in that zone. But each zone had its own feeling, saying like maybe you're in the desert, so everyone has -1 speed, or you're in the forest and everyone has -1 health. I don't know. That would be awful to go through, but I'm just saying like that would be an extra difficulty layer because it was on the easy side for someone who has played this genre. There are going to be challenges awaiting us though, and so I'm looking forward to challenging that next. That said, we've gone through it. We were able to beat the boss, and yet the game has hinted that there will be a bigger boss. So very much, again, like Slay the Spire, where you can kind of get to the end and it's like, the end with a question mark? This is the same thing. Like, there's still something else out there. We need to progress. Replayability just went way up from what we just played, right? Because we played through, we beat it. It's like, well, it was fun, but it was short, and is there much to do? Yeah, there's going to be a lot to do. I've yet to find out anything about the metagame. We're about to, and our next discussion will be about that. But as far as this run, it was fun. Each boss did have a different mechanic. They were understandable, like very quickly, like you could read it and understand what's going on. You could see on the board what's to expect. Nothing felt unfair. It was a healthy challenge. but it also felt like my stuff was getting OP. Now, we could have just been lucky with the combos, but it felt like I was kind of unstoppable at that point. If it wasn't for the early game misreading something and having to use the reroll, we wouldn't have had to use any of them at all. But all that said, I really enjoyed that run. We're going to do another one, and we're going to see what the metagame is all about. Who's he? Was it me? Who was he? New commander. I can't. That would be to go ahead and start the journey. We got our archive. Stats. Looks like there are 3 heroes to pick from. Okay, highest winning streak is 1. There's our journey log. Cool. Hall of Fame. Okay, so these are achievements. Yeah, we got that. Okay, 30% of the achievements, and something was clickable. Oh, I'm getting stuff here. Oh, that. I think it's awesome that I'm moving this around for the menu. Okay, what am I doing here? These are the things I started with, and probably the units I'm starting with. I can swap these, I bet. All right, so if we start with a different hero, different units. Okay, like this will let us actually get a lot of resolve, and then we can do things with it. Now, this guy would consume it to attack extra guys. Counterattack. Yeah, this, if I just have a bunch, he'll just do a ton of damage. I don't know. Oh. Stick with these. All right. Now we're gonna check the garrison. At the garrison, you can build various facilities using construction resources. We've got a whole mini game here, people, which is really powerful. The piece you receive as a reward after battles will be upgraded for 1 encounters. Oh, it's temporary though. How much does it cost to build these? Can I change them later? Surely I can, right? Got 80, but it doesn't say how much it's going to cost. Still have 80. Upgrade for 70. Okay. Okay. So I'm not really impressed with this because it's temporary. I can upgrade it, but I guess I can build. Can I undo this? I bet that's the demolish. Okay. Okay, so that was free. So I can just go ahead and build this. That's fine. Aw. You need to let me just... Okay, devs, if you ever get this, you need to let me just, like, click and move around, because people do that. People just like to idle click, you know? Like, you just let me dance around the board here. For no reason at all. Just let me do that. We need to talk again. We're gonna go on a journey, but we need to talk about this building system. What do you guys like? What do you guys like? What do you don't like? The garrison is a little smaller than I expected. Well, let me take it back. I wasn't expecting the garrison system at all. Right? I wasn't expecting it at all, but now that we have it, it's a little smaller than I would have expected for a full system. Now, we're gonna unlock new buildings and new slots. I don't think there's much decisions to be made unless there are more buildings than you have slots for. So right now, I had 2 slots and 2 buildings. There was no decision to be made. I just threw them both on there, and I can remove them at no cost. So it's not a difficult choice. We did have to spend some resources to upgrade. I like the idea that it exists, but there's not really much choice involved just yet, so I'm not feeling like this is all that important just yet. That aside, the fact that I can customize over in the guild, I can customize not just which hero I bring, but what squad they bring, what relic. If you were to play Slay the Spire and you pick a different hero, that hero comes with a loadout. You get like a relic with the hero and a set of cards with that hero. And usually in the set of cards, you got like the default cards and like one special card for the deck builder. The fact that this gives you that level of freedom to pick not only your relic and your hero ability, but also your starter like cards, quote unquote cards, is quite neat. Now maybe not every pairing of these guys are going to be ones that match, you know, every class, but there's more to unlock. There's more combos to unlock. There's a lot here. I have a lot of control of nuance of the, you know, the different things I can do for how to start, and I love that. I feel like I've got a lot of say in how I want my run to go. Maybe too much. It might make me too powerful once I know what to look for. I don't know. I've not yet achieved my ultimate form. But I do like the fact that the archive and the Hall of Fame are both very thematic. It's not just a menu. I can click and go to it. I like that. I do wish, again, and that you can click things around in here. Like, all of that's very cool. I'm glad for the stats being able to be seen easily. All of this is very thematic and cool. The fact that it's in a library. I love the theme. I love that this is a little village, and we're going to go out and journey. So, not bad. I hope you guys have been enjoying it, too. Let us continue. So we're going to have a more efficient deck. I think so. I think we just get rid of our guy with no ability. It's been another amount of time. Just giving a current thoughts on the second run. So we've started a new run. We've got a new hero. He's got a whole mechanic that works differently and a whole set of different like units and abilities that go with it. So this is not a surprise when you're coming from something like Slay the Spire, where it's a whole different deck. It's not just a different character, it's a different deck. And so I'm glad for that, because it does feel like I'm playing an entirely different game. But similarly to those sorts of things, you've got your intro level, easy guy to figure out, and now we've got a little bit more complicated details to more moving pieces to manage, and so as a result, it is a little harder. Our guy here is capitalizing on the resolve. At the start of the run, I had to make decisions about using this ability without ever having used the ability. Knowing what I know now, I would change it, make it a little more efficient. But even so, it's been really interesting to play a different loadout. And I like that it exists. I personally probably wouldn't play this loadout all that often unless I figure out more about this mechanic, the resolve mechanic. You know, you basically have charges that you can, all of you guys can trigger different things, and you have limited of these charges to give out. So it is keeping the game fresh. That's the intent. I've got, you know, it's a second run with a lot of the enemies and abilities and things, so those are less of a surprise. You know, kind of getting used to what I want, what I don't want, as you would expect. So at this point, my question is more about how much replayability. They're making good choices on making the game replayable. It's just as a matter of, are there enough of these mercenaries? Because you get one mercenary, like, or one or two total per zone, as opposed to, you know, half a dozen cards or more in like a Slay the Spire run. So my tools to work with are not changing as often as, say, a deck of cards, though you are modifying each of those more often. So each tool matters more, you just have fewer of them. It's a different approach. I don't mind it, but it is very different. Not checked off, but I do. I know an archaeologist who had to change his profession. Very sad. His career was in ruins. This is just, it's like you had to dig deep for that one. Okay, beat the game. We've beat the game twice now. We're 2 for 2. We have not started any ordeals. There is a higher difficulty mode. That's what we're about to do. And so this is where kind of the real game starts, if you ask me. Enemy pieces are all going to be upgraded. This is going to be a challenge now, where I might not expect to win every time. You know, the Ascension modes in Slay the Spire. I'm excited about this, because we might just loot. Charge! I thought you were dying! Wow! Overall, we just lost for, if you're watching later and I'm just kind of skipping through, we did just lose. We got one shot by a boss and minion combo I did not see coming. And had I seen it, we would have avoided it, but that's the game. I've learned a lesson. And roguelikes are supposed to be that way. So I'm not feeling like I was cheated or anything like that. It still feels like the game was fair. So losing, while it feels fair, when I feel like you had options that you failed to pick, you know, like that's on me. And that's okay. I can lose under those circumstances. So the game is getting a little harder. We did play it on the harder difficulty. We didn't make it all. We did make it all the way to the last boss. We should have finished last boss, finished the ordeal, leveled up, all of those things. It didn't happen. But that said, I had a lot of fun. This game overall has been very entertaining. If you are like me, kind of waiting for Slay the Spire 2, you don't want to play Slay the Spire 1 anymore because you've kind of done everything, but you have an itch. This will scratch that itch. It does feel smaller, shall we say. It feels smaller. It doesn't feel like you will have quite as much time investment. The replay is there. I am unlocking new things, but unlocking a new mercenary is not necessarily like a, again, with you're not seeing all these mercenaries every run like you would see, you know, dozens and dozens of cards in a Slay the Spire run. You're seeing 5 or 6 new mercenaries across the entire run. And so you might not even see one of the ones you unlocked. So it's there, but it's not quite as dopamine loot box reward there. And that's not necessarily a bad thing too, you know. Less is more a lot of times. And I feel like that's going to be the theme for this a lot, because you have less, rather than a whole stack of cards, a whole deck of cards, you have, you know, a half dozen units. Those are your cards. Those are what's cycling. You have less of them, but each one of them is stronger. You have way more say in how you build them. The combos you build around, you have way more agency there. And so yes, less is more throughout it. And honestly, it's been a lot of fun finding those sorts of combos. I do think I've discovered most of them. I'm not seeing a lot of new things now. So in that sense, I would hope that across the early access, there would be more and more of those sorts of things to be released. But for right now, you know, there's a fair amount here to play with. It's been a lot of fun. And I have enjoyed it. If this is already your genre, I think I can recommend it. If it's not necessarily your genre, you probably still, but you're interested in trying out the genre, you might still go back to something like Slay the Spire. That's going to have the longevity. And this still is early access. There's a whole nother hero that's not here, not included yet. You know, I've got this garrison thing, which there's going to be more stuff to find. I don't have, like, there is more things that I don't know about. The game is deeper than what I'm giving it credit for. I just don't know what I don't know. And so I have had fun, and I will probably play more of this. But at the same time, it's a smaller experience. That's okay. I really like the art, the music, all of that's top notch. And the concept of turning a deck builder into a mini tactical little game, I've really enjoyed being able to move pieces. You feel smart when you accomplish the goal, getting that flag before they get to you. You know, all of the little nuance of moving around has been rewarding. So it scratches a little bit of a strategy itch, along with the roguelike deck building RNG fun. So the dopamine loop of that. So I have enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoyed your time with this as well. Thank you to Rooster for the raid earlier today, and thank you for everyone for hanging out. If you're brand new to the channel, as a pastor, I want to be available to you and not just playing games, but I want to be able to, for you guys to be able to reach out if there's ever a time where you would like some prayer or you have got a question. I have a Discord channel. I'll share the link to that in just a moment, and you can check that out. I have a whole section on faith where you can ask those questions, ask for prayer, and even other things too. Like, you know, we share recipes and things with Mrs. Druski, and you know, any sort of creativity that you might be up to. I want to see it. I want to know what it is you do, because I'm not creative in the slightest. That said, I also have some other opportunities. There's some links in my description below, as well as in the About section on my Twitch page, where you can, if you've enjoyed the family-friendly nature of my streams, where you don't have to worry about whether or not your kids can hear what's going to be said, I have a couple of ways that you can make the rest of life more family-friendly as well. One would be through your video, like your TV and movie streaming. That's called VidAngel. And if you use the code Pastor Druski, you can get a free month. It also helps the channel, but that will let you filter whatever is on those things if they're on the platform, right? But you filter your Netflix, your Prime through VidAngel. You watch it, and you can say, I don't want to have credits, I don't want to have cursing, I don't want to have those scenes or the violence, whatever it is. They've got a filter for it. Also, for your internet browsing or that of your household, you can use Covenant Eyes, same Pastor Druski promo code to get a free month of that, and that will allow you to not only filter but provide accountability for either yourself or a loved one to be able to help have victory in that area with the internet. So all of that said, I hope you guys have had a great time here. I know I have. I'm glad you guys have been supporting me and the channel. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give me comments on the video later of what you thought about all of this in this kind of format of being able to give an overview as well as we go, especially with new games. So thank you everyone for being here. I will see you tomorrow on my live stream. Good night. God bless.